There you go. Try again. Take two.
Welcome to tonight's show on Who's Up with Ambi, Bill, and Sam Crow, and Miss Danielle. How's everybody
Hello.
doing tonight?
Great.
Hey, everybody. I'm watching a thunderstorm in front of me, and I got an invigorating topic ahead, so I'm having a good time.
Me as well. No thunderstorm, but don't send it from Toronto here. We don't want it.
Yeah. Like a lot
Keep
of
it in
things we don't
Toronto.
want.
So
You know
tonight
what?
we're going to be speaking about raising awareness for mental health issues and other issues. We're going to start off with a story from Danielle. As soon as she's ready, she can speak about it.
Hi. You can hear me, right?
Yep.
We can hear you.
Okay. Mine didn't really start until I was 16. And what happened was my mother passed away. And it really affected me. It didn't seem like it at first, but I was acting out. I was rageful. I didn't understand why I was so angry. But later on, when I got counseling, I did understand. I was mad at my mom, but I was taking it out on everybody else. My mom committed suicide, and that was really hard for me.
Sorry to hear that.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And did it take something happening for you to get help, or did you decide on your own to get help?
It took years for me to finally get help. Like, my dad and my stepmom has tried several years to get me help, and I just didn't want it then. And because I was the rebellious teenager thinking that I know everything, and I didn't know jack diddly squat, so. And then I finally got the help that I needed and the right counselor, and she helped me.
Good.
Yeah, it took me over 20 years.
Yeah.
And do you still go for? Yeah. Do you still go for follow-ups now and again, or do you just if needed?
It says needed, and I do still have her number, and I can call her whenever I need a problem. If it's for me or for anybody else, I can just call her up and talk to her.
Good.
Okay. So do you feel mental health as a child and mental health as an adult is different, or do you think it weighs the same on you?
I think it's different because as a child, you don't know what's going on. You don't know why you're angry, you're depressed. You don't even know that you are until it's pointed out. So in adults, different because you already know.
Right. All right. Well, that is unfortunate that you lost your mother to suicide. I lost a couple of family members, my aunt and my little cousin to suicide a couple years ago in June. So June is ending, and before July started, I wanted to raise awareness because there's a lot going on, especially in my town. Not a lot of mental health is being seeked around here. So I just wanted to let everybody know that there is always somebody that they can always talk to at any given time.
Exactly. And if you need to, anybody can reach out to me and I'll listen.
Right. Me as well. I listen to everybody's conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's just because you're nosy.
No, I'm not nosy.
Wow.
I'm
Ouch.
just playing with you. I'm playing with you.
No, it's not being
where's
nosy.
Where's that
It's
HR folder? Wait a minute.
Right. It's not being
No, but
nosy. It's
the
because
thing
I
is,
got a lot of friends that do and relatives that have a lot of mental health growing. I have a brother that's battling mental health, and it's scary. You know what I'm saying? And I got two of them right now that are battling mental health, and they're my older brothers, and they're in their 40s. So I see a lot of it, and my own mother is battling mental health issues, so it's really hard to, go through it and witness it, and you got to be strong and be there for everybody. And then
I mean,
sometimes you get broken down when you're being there for a lot of people.
Yep.
I said that to be silly because one of my
Oh, I
defense
know.
mechanisms is
Yeah, I
is
know.
is to joke, and so sometimes I just legitimately want to joke, and other times it's kind of it saves me from feeling the pain. And
Right.
part of it is people just need to accept it, because the way it was put to me years ago was like, if you hurt your elbow, you would go to the doctor because it's a part of your body. Well, if your brain needs help, you go to the doctor because it's part of your body. It's no
Mhm.
different, but people seem unwilling to be more open or upfront about needing help.
Hmm.
Yeah, now especially like I don't know how it is in Canada, but I know in New York, a lot of people that are homeless or, in a shelter right now, they battle a lot of mental health issues, and the state isn't seeking them to give them help. It's
Hmm.
them trying to battle it with a drug or a substance, and they're just going off of that, and it just worsens and worsens.
Right. See, now for me, in my case,
Yeah.
I'm a huge advocate for, and I'm hoping to partner up with some more organizations, but working with veterans, especially veterans that are homeless. We know a lot of them deal with PTSD, with stress. We can't imagine. We see it portrayed in films. We hear people talk about it, but we can't imagine the horrors that are seen and what they have to come back and they live with. For I've had friends that still have PTSD from Vietnam, which is over 40 some years ago. Like there's
Right.
some things, and they say the highest suicide rate is actually due to veterans who just are so mentally broken down that, and they don't get the help they need. They can't, either they can't afford it, they don't have enough coverage for care. And it goes for everybody, but that's just one area that I found that I've tried to help support because and we're speaking of it because obviously 4th of July is coming up. We think about freedoms and what freedom isn't free, but
Right.
when these men and women need help, first of all, it's bad enough they're dealing with mental issues, but then they're homeless. They have no, they don't know where they're going to get food. It takes a toll on your mindset, and
It
so,
does.
and for me, it's all about, the country might forget about you, but I don't. We got to really appreciate what the sacrifices are there and realize that their mental health issues are a real problem that they need serious help for. Um,
Yeah.
so, but everybody's in the same boat. We all have had different moments of, um, from breakdowns to dealing with, different triggers, different things. So I think it's important that, and it's, as we're doing now, we're talking about it. I think that's very important. If anybody's listening to, please reach out, talk to somebody. You're always heard. So, don't be afraid.
My dad was in the Vietnam War, so yeah.
Hey
What?
guys, I'm going to be 1 minute. I need to come in. The storm is increasing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
We don't want you to blow away. I'm getting Wizard of Oz vibes, but go ahead.
I was just about to say that.
I was gonna ask him, hey, is there a cow flying by? If you see the witch on the broomstick, you better duck for cover. Yeah.
Right. But no, back to the seriousness. Like I expressed to you and Big Hoss and
Bill.
you, Bill, and Big Hoss.
Mm-hmm.
I have bipolar and schizophrenia,
Yep.
ADHD, depression, anxiety. So
It's a lot.
moving this past weekend, my anxiety was definitely sky
Overdrive.
high.
Yep.
It was an overdrive. So
Yep.
now that it's not as much to
Mm-hmm.
unpack, I'm more relaxed and more calm. But I do see just driving around yesterday was kind of upsetting.
Right.
Just like looking at all these people that are like talking to themselves and fighting the air, and I'm like, I want to stop, but I know if I stop, my truck is probably gonna break down, or I might get
Yeah.
cussed at, and I don't want to, just walk up to a random person and you don't know the scenario.
Sure. Yeah.
And then
That's a hardship.
right, and then having my friend call me today and saying her neighbor's son, took shrooms and tried to slice his throat open. It was very scary.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, showed you the pictures earlier. That was
Mm-hmm.
very scary.
Yeah.
And that's another topic, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that no matter what you're going through, you have somebody to talk to at any given time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think that's key. That's the hardest part, I think, for people is knowing that. And of course, we're in a position now. It's easier said than done. Some people are not in a good place at this moment. So just bear in mind, if you're watching us going through this, we don't say this, and it's not easy. We get that part,
Yeah,
but
it's not easy.
it's
It just takes
reassurance that
initiative.
right, reassurance that you can ask somebody, talk to, and on the flip side of that, for anybody who is approached, if somebody asks you for help, there, don't ignore them. Make sure if you don't want to talk to them, find them somebody who will. Don't disregard what they're asking because they need serious help. So,
Absolutely.
make sure at least you answer it if you can answer it. If not, get help for them. Don't just turn them away and don't ignore it and don't whatever the reason. And I don't say that I've seen it happen before. I know people do it and it's just our society, but we're all human beings too. So, make sure you
Absolutely.
understand that somebody's having a really bad day, and you hear stories about. There was one years ago where I can't remember so long ago. I can't remember the whole preface of it, but the storyline basically was a person that had a lot of mental issues, needed help, went to somebody who just, I don't know if they ignored them. I don't know if it was on purpose. I forget what the story was, but end of the day, that person later walked away and ended up offing themselves because
Right.
nobody would listen to them. So, you just don't want to be part of that. I'm not saying anybody else is to blame. The person was really struggling with something, but you just want to know, at least if you have a chance to help somebody, that you said something. It's kind of like anything else, active shooter or any kind of awareness we hear about, different companies, different trainings, same principle, people that need help. So just for anybody out there, please just lend a helping hand some way.
Absolutely. Or at least a listening ear.
Yeah.
You don't have, even if you really don't want to talk,
Yep.
just listen to somebody. It takes literally 5 minutes to listen to somebody just so that they can breathe and get whatever's off their chest.
Yep.
And just let them ramble. If they're rambling, just let them ramble.
Yeah. That's all they need sometimes.
Sometimes it'll help them. Or if you're randomly at a store or out in the public and somebody says, "Hey, I love you." Hey, I love you too. Maybe that's all that they needed was somebody to say that they love them to stop them from doing something.
Right. Yeah, that's just it's the little things that, that make a difference. And, sometimes I used to tell people whenever I go see somebody, strangers, now I have apparently an inherent gift where people just will come up to me randomly. I don't know these people, but I guess it's just because I have either a friendly face or there's just something about me that makes people want to approach me. But the point being is that any chance I have to talk to somebody, even a stranger, and I have people say, "Why do you talk to that person? You don't know them." Because I might be the only person they talk to today. And I always try to give them a friendly, at least a hello, how are you? Sometimes they'll hear me joke about something, so I'll tell them a joke back, or something like that. But you have to understand too, that could be the only interaction this person has. So my goal is to try to brighten them up. If I can do that for somebody, even if it's just temporary, at least that's a few moments of comfort that they get, knowing that someone actually engaged, heard them. So little things. So it's the details, the minute details we overlook sometimes.
Right. And even like if you have a pet, crazy as it sounds, your pet will be there. If your pet will feel that energy, if you're off and you're sad or something, your pet will be right there. Literally, this weekend I moved and my dog Coco has been up my ass extremely, trying to get in my bed with me, trying to get on my couch. She's literally in my arm right now.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep. Because she knows, my energy has been off. So it's like, hey mom, I'm here, I'm reassuring you.
Yep.
And if you want a pet and you can't have a pet, you just go to a counselor's office and ask them to give you a note for an emotional support animal. And that stops any landlord from making you not have an animal.
Yep. Absolutely.
So that's another thing that people can look into and make sure that they have another vice. Because sometimes talking to an animal is better than talking to a human. At
Mhm.
least they don't talk back, you know.
Yeah.
And get you a squishy one. They'll be really tiny.
If regardless if you're a cat person or a dog person, just get an animal. I mean, some bunnies can do it.
Absolutely. We got a bunny upstairs. You've seen my bunny plenty of times.
Any
Mhm.
animal can actually do it. A bird, it doesn't matter what animal it is. You can
Right. Any animal can be an emotional support dog or cat or animal. It all depends on what your preference of animal is. Mine is dogs and a
mine are
bunny.
cats.
I want an emotional support armadillo. Mhm.
I have a lot of emotional support mosquitoes.
That's
What do you think?
we said emotional support mosquitoes. I don't think that's the same thing.
Yeah, we don't. You eat your mosquitoes. We don't.
And by the way, those are called freeloaders because they're living off of you because they're sucking your blood literally. So they're sponging off of you. That's not a emotional
Those are
support.
vampires.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
So in a way, they're bullying.
Buzz.
Yep. Very true.
Chase texted. Did you read what he said?
Yes, I did.
Okay. I just
Yep.
wanted to make sure you did.
Yep.
I'm tired today, but
It's been a long stretch.
it is. I think
Yeah.
I got like 10 more boxes to unpack, and then I'm done and put pictures on my wall. And then my stress and anxiety will be back, so my mental
on.
health will be back very soon here.
There you go.
Once I'm done, but I have
Where
you guys that I talk to on a daily.
She moved from she was in an apartment back to your old apartment. So like not super far, but just the process is really, daunting.
Yeah, so I've been displaced from my original apartment, which is here, since February 16th of this year. And they've been moving us around. I'm the only one in my apartment complex that has moved the most because they're remodeling. So I went from one apartment to another apartment to another one, back to here. So my mental health of having all my stuff boxed up and packed up, it was like too much and an overload.
Oh, sure.
And then the last move was like the final, yes, thank God, I'm ready. And the same night I moved, I was literally, well, we were on a podcast, right?
Yeah.
I got right onto a podcast, but I was listening while unpacking. I didn't have my video or mic on, but I came on here and there, and I would sit down and stop for a second.
Yep.
And that was like, my mental health was like, I just need to, for a minute. I yelled at my friend, and I was like, leave me alone. 5 minutes. I just need 5 minutes. I made
Yep.
the kids go to their room, and it was just like, and then now that we're back here, it's like, it feels better. My mental health isn't, as all over the place as it was,
Mm-hmm.
but it definitely has settled down. And I'm getting over being sick, so. But I
That's a
have my
lot.
3 lovely co-host people that, check on me daily.
Yep.
And we talk daily, even when I'm sick and look crappy. They've seen me at my ultimate worst.
Well, that's what friends do. We're all got to be there for each other. So,
I mean, the thing about mental health is you need to find people that you can be vulnerable with.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you don't have somebody that you can't be vulnerable with, that becomes a problem because then you can't let things out or be yourself, and you have to keep the mask on. And
Right.
I'm too old to wear a mask. I don't want to wear one.
Yeah, I don't want to wear a mask either. I'm too old, and I can't breathe with a mask on.
You wear yours every day anyway, so why would you cover that mask up with another mask?
That's called a beard.
It's a beard.
That's not what okay. You got a face only your mother would love.
I have a face for radio.
Hey, there you go. I like it.
That is so mean.
You have a face like for me. I mean, you have a face for voice acting. There you go.
Hey, at least I can grow a beard. You can't.
I can't grow it that long. I can grow, but not, It is.
So did you guys look since I told you, Bill, have you looked at the man that jumped into the falls and was swimming?
I haven't yet. Was there mental health issues?
I believe so. They didn't really speak upon it because it was on the Canadian side,
Okay.
so
Naturally.
they didn't like really give out much information. So I was like, dang, that kind of sucks. 'Cause I wanted to make sure that that man was okay. I was like, he had a cast on his foot, and that's very surprising that he survived down in them rapids.
Yeah, he didn't drown from being taken down by the weight of the cast. Yeah.
What happened?
Right, and so a man yesterday, I guess he left his phone and his earbuds on the ground or wherever he was, and he just hopped over and took a swim into the Niagara Falls.
Oh Lord.
Yep.
And I heard all this while I was yesterday down at the falls with my kids, and I'm like, wait, there was a guy down there
Mm-hmm.
swimming?
How much
And then
did
I
you
was
miss him by?
Huh?
How much did you miss him by? Like the time frame?
A couple hours.
I was gonna say, yeah.
A couple hours, because it was during the day. And I went there around like 8:30 at night last night.
Hmm.
But again, in the falls, there's a lot of people that jump into the falls that have mental health issues.
Oh, yeah.
There's been plenty.
Yeah.
There was even a woman that, took her 2 kids with her.
Hmm.
So that was just a few years ago, and that was
Yeah.
due to mental health and postpartum depression.
Right.
It was a very sad story for the whole town.
Yeah.
You got a big old blankie.
I'm just looking up phone numbers.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
phone numbers. The 1-800 hotline number. Yes.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
Hotline.
Danielle, I was gonna ask you if you had the Airway Kingdom picture on your wall, but I forgot it's on the screen.
Yeah. Hey, if you want one, we can make it happen. But
USA. They were giving me ones in Quebec.
Oh yeah, we don't want Quebec.
that won't help
That's a
most of
curious.
us.
Tu ne parles français très bien, monsieur?
Oui, oui.
I tried to cough and laugh at the same time. That hurt.
Do you not speak French very well?
Oui.
And there's multiple different mental health, strands. There's the emotional, there's physical, there's the social. It's multiple different strands of mental health.
And there can also be mental health just for a particular time frame because you're dealing with something, or it can be an ongoing, lifelong journey.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very true.
And there could be those that are under that umbrella that have never been diagnosed or are afraid to get diagnosed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you're sleeping too much or sleeping too little, sometimes that's triggered by something mental health issues that
Oh,
you're
yeah.
not aware of.
And that's why when I was at work, I never assume what's behind the curtain of the person because you just don't know.
You never know. Somebody
could be
can
dealing with
hold
abuse.
mental health in so well. Like I hid, domestic violence in myself very well when I was with exes, and I would just hide it. Everybody would be like, "Oh, you okay?" "Yeah, I just fell and hurt myself."
Yeah.
And everybody was like, "Are you sure?" "Yeah, I'm sure. I'm good." And just smiled about it, you know what I'm saying? And then the people that were really close, they knew what was going on, but nothing could be done until I was ready for it.
Right. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And there's a lot of triggers to it too, like bullying.
Yes.
Could be a trigger. Bullying has been going around and gotten a lot worse over the years.
Yeah, bullying, yes.
Especially cyberbullying.
I want to say a friend of mine, daughter, she had committed suicide from being bullied. And she was like, I think 10 maybe. She was a little girl. And it was very sad. I was with the Red Cross during Hurricane Bureau a couple years ago, 2024, I want to say.
Uh-huh.
And I came home and I rushed home on airplane to get to where I was like, "Are you good?" Like, girl, I almost I got into a car accident just to get here.
Man,
I
yeah,
was like, I made sure my community was better before, a national disaster was better
absolutely.
like that.
And
There's,
I mean,
like I
the
said, there's a
other thing
lot.
is that people should not be afraid to reach out to get help, not just from a phone line. Like if
Yeah,
they're
you gotta reach out to
saying,
somebody.
if you're religious, your priest or your pastor. If you are somebody who has a really good friend that you can unload to, you need that support.
Well, like we always say, you guys too. Anybody who watches or listens to what we're doing here, we're not. You can reach out. Like we're not unapproachable by any means, especially with something like this, or things like this. If you really need help, find us, message us, email us, get us contact information. If we can't help you, we'll point you in the right direction for sure.
Yep, my DM's always open.
Yep.
Always
So
open.
yeah, don't be afraid. Reach out. We're all
Well,
here.
I just looked up a list of U.S. emergency hotlines. I'll get to Europe and Canada later, but the majority of our audience will be in the continental U.S.
Probably, yeah.
They have a national suicide and crisis hotline.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's dialed 988. That's 988 or 1-800-784-2433. Again, 1-800-784-2433. Now, if you're somebody who would rather not have to talk but still get help, they have a crisis text line.
Mhm.
So you text hello to 741-741. And then you will connect to a volunteer crisis counselor. It's free. It's 24/7. It's mental health support and crisis intervention. And one final one, the crisis hotline for the United Way, which it is one of the most trusted and well-known organizations in the United States, Canada, worldwide. 1-800-233-4357. That's 1-800-233-4357. And that is just one of many places that you can go to for help.
Yeah.
I had no idea about the text line.
Well, that's probably fairly newer with the digital age now, especially. But
Right. Yeah, I never knew they had a text one.
yeah, they probably didn't way back when, because most of us are old enough to go back when cell phones really weren't a thing at the time.
Right.
So that makes sense.
I remember an old episode of I might be dating myself, but an old episode of Family Ties.
Oh, you are, yeah.
And Michael J. Fox was doing volunteer work.
Oh, I remember that one. Yeah.
And one of his volunteer jobs was to work at a crisis hotline. And everybody thought, it's not an easy job, but it's not going to be too stressful until it is.
It is, yep.
And then you have to be on your game. Like, I give a lot of kudos to crisis hotline people that answer 911, the first responders, because it's highly stressful. And it's funny that you talked about who was it? What job was it that had the highest suicide rate?
It was veterans, military personnel.
You know who else is very, very high? I used to think was the most was air traffic controllers. Because air traffic controllers make one slight mistake.
Yep.
And it could be disaster. So it comes out. Doctors are very high on suicide rates. Again, one slip of the scalpel and you've destroyed someone's well-being.
The other job that's really hard, and I know because I've done this, and it's really taxing on the mental, is being a personal, like a caregiver for that one there.
Yeah.
And the reasons being is there's not a lot of care support. So you give care to clients and to elderly folks or people that need it. But you as the personal care provider, the PCP or PEP, it's differently, there's very little support for like us. So, and it's nothing against, like, I've worked with people that have, dementia and, Alzheimer, things like that. You understand the nature of the beast, but it doesn't make it any less difficult for you to dealing with them on a daily basis, one-on-one interacting. And, I've had times they're sweet as pie, and other times they are just downright nasty for, I know they can't control it, but it's like, it doesn't make me feel any better because you're taking it out my direction. So
Now, the only clapback I would give to that is someone doing that profession knows that's part of the deal. You're going to deal with death. You're going to deal with off the rail things. It doesn't make it any easier, but you can sort of mentally prepare yourself. But I can totally understand what you're saying, because it can really play with your head.
And the answer to that, though, it's yes and no, because I always say this, and I've used this saying for a lot of things. No matter how many times you mentally prepare, you can never really get in a good mindset to deal with, because you just don't know from day to day. And I've done pretty much every exercise, everything you could potentially think of to try and prep myself, as it were, to deal with situations, because I never knew from day to day what I'm walking into. But the reality was, as well prepared as I thought I was. Now, I never dealt with death, and I'm glad I didn't, because I really didn't want to have to see that firsthand. But I always kept it in my mind. But the concept was, no matter how well I prepare myself, something always inevitably throws a curveball at you. And it's not something small. If they're having a bad day or things are pushing the envelope, it just goes right off the rails, like super, super fast. So, it's yeses and nos. It depends on the situation, but it's really it's a difficult balance to try to maintain.
Well, it's a difficult job in general. You're almost like an underappreciated nurse.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure.
And you get no glory, no glamour, no nothing, but it's an important job. And
Yep.
Those jobs that are really important in this world, for the most part, are highly stressed.
Yep.
In my own example, I don't want to go too deep. I'm not afraid to share, but my employer could be watching, and I can't incriminate myself.
Right.
But in my situation, I totally burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
I was burnt with political pressure, parental pressure, things that were out of my hands, and I haven't changed my approach and the way I talk to people, but the work environment around me has changed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still the same good person I was 25 years ago, but other people perceive it differently now. It is swamped. And that really played with, I was burnt. Like I had moments where I cried on my way to work.
Yep.
Because
I believe it. I really do. There's moments where I've cried, going just to work before, and that was either at a hotel. There was incidents that happened at a hotel. A man got murdered, like on my shift. So you every different job has their perks. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like the other one that I've known people to totally break down is when you work in retail. Because if you work in the customer's number one, you got to bend over backwards for them. They can be as demonstrative as they want to be until they hit a certain line. And if you're feeling like, because of your sexual nature, of your gender, of your size, of your income bracket, and you're hearing that the whole time, your brain just becomes either immune to it or they just have to deal with it somehow.
Yep.
Yeah, I got injured working in retail for a customer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah. I mean, that's
my
actually one
support dog needs emotional support.
So your friend needs a friend needs a friend's friend, and get an emotional support goldfish.
She has an emotional support friend named Barbie, and Barbie needs an emotional support friend now too.
Is it an actual Barbie?
No, it's the dog. And Barbie has a bunny, and they both have a bunny that's their emotional support bunny. but the bunny needs emotional support too. So my house is just emotional support.
So that's what I'm saying. Get emotional support. Get it.
And we're all females. There's no male besides my friend,
Get.
and that's the only male in
Right.
this house.
That's what I'm saying. Get it.
I mean,
Just get a fish tank.
He's not there every day, so
No, he is every day. He's just not here certain hours of the day.
Just get a fish tank and have emotional support fish for the bunnies, and then get
an emotional support iguana.
an emotional support tarantula.
I don't want an iguana. My daughter has a snake named Nigel.
You need a tarantula.
No.
Big old hairy thing that lays the eggs in your head. Yep.
So sad. Like I try to put her down and she don't want to get down, and it's like, okay, whatever, just chill on my chest, I guess.
You know, there's actually a story about that. Speaking of emotional, that's emotional support, but like the spider bit. You know, there was an article about somebody who pet tarantula got loose in the house and climbed on mom's head and laid eggs in her ear, kind of thing.
Oh my god, ew.
Yep. So they need a nice warm dark spot for the babies. So
oh no, lose my mind.
Can you imagine having tarantula babies hatch in your head?
Ew.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. And there's at least probably about 100 per egg sac. So
Ew.
yeah, that's ew. I know. Me and Danielle are good on that.
They don't just have swimmers; they have biters.
Yeah.
Hey, Coco, how are you, sweetie?
Does she look sad tonight?
He looks a little bit nervous. I don't know why.
No, she's not nervous. She's just sad.
Here, we'll tell a joke to make her feel better. Coco, did you hear about the one where the horse went into the psychiatrist's office and the psychiatrist said, "Why the long face?"
I think she's sad because I cut her hair today.
That could be.
She wasn't.
Oh, and on the lighter note too, here's a good one for you. This is a good one too. So, a man goes. A lot of people visit the psychiatrist. We're talking about mental health awareness, but a man goes into a psychiatrist and says, "Doctor, I think I'm a dog." And the doctor says, "Well, how long have you had these feelings?" "Well, ever since I was a puppy."
Oh my god.
Oh God, that's worse than a dad joke.
That was really bad, Justin.
Sorry. Well, at least you got a laugh out of it. There's that.
Yeah, I got a chuckle. Do we need to touch any other subject with mental health tonight?
The one thing I do want to emphasize is get a support circle. Get a support group. Get your parents, your family, best friends, community leaders, whoever it is that you need to speak to. Because if you're on your own, it's a tough battle.
Actually, I wanted to ask this question because we were talking about it. And since, for those of you that didn't catch Danielle on the show before when we interviewed her going into acting, what is that like when you're dealing with, when you're going through these talk about mental toughness and stress, but you're going into the world of acting for that one. How do you handle the mental side of it when you're trying to go for jobs and exploring that kind of artistic world? Because it's got to be stressful too. So
it is stressful, but what you have to do is just keep reminding yourself you're okay, you're alive, everything's fine, and just keep picturing what you're doing. You're going to an audition, and you have to have that mindset of, I'm going to go get the part, but there's also that possibility that I won't get it. That way that you won't get your hopes up.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So more of the cup half full than half empty scenario.
Something like that.
That's why I always respected guys like Gene Hackman, Ned Beatty, because whatever role was in front of them, they took it.
Mm-hmm.
They say, no, you can lose it in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Look at Kevin Spacey, went from Oscar Award winner to hit the garbage. So it can happen. So, if you're in the acting profession, or in the music profession, or in the theater, just take what's there until you become established.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Very good. But I mean, it's easier said than done. Obviously, you got bills to pay.
Oh yeah.
You have a personal ego. You're always trying to get better. So it's not easy. But
Yeah.
those that make it through either have uber talent or they caught a break somewhere.
The
And then-
the ones that have an ego, those are the ones we call bills.
Well, they must be one hell of a fun party to be with. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. There you go.
You know, I'm looking right there. I want to give Coco a big hug.
What about a kiss?
Um,
Not too much tongue now.
Whoa, y'all in trouble. That's
Coco
when they get in
does-
trouble.
Yeah.
Coco doesn't want to be on top of you anymore.
Right. Will you take her diaper off and put them outside?
And while we're talking here, in Canada, if you're in Canada, the suicide crisis hotline is 988. Again, 24/7, 988. Text or call that. So there's help everywhere. You just have to be able to reach out for it.
Right.
And speaking of, actors and actresses, I've seen a lot of times where people would think too big, and they're thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to be the next Tom Cruise or the next Angelina Jolie, and they set their goals really high just to get disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I do that.
Sure. Makes sense.
I mean, and the other thing is you never know what's going on behind the curtain. I mean, look at Robin Williams.
I was gonna say that's a perfect example for mental health. Yeah, you just don't know.
Robin Williams was the most giving, the most upbeat, the most demonstrative actor out there.
But
Yeah.
did you hear the quote
Yeah,
he
so
said
bad.
though? Have you heard?
No.
Did you hear the quote that he said? He said, I think it was one of his last interviews he gave. Is, I might be funny on screen, one of the best comedians, actors. People didn't see my drinking problem when I went home. He abused drugs at one time. He said I was dying inside. I was not happy a person. I was a complete train wreck. I had to put talk about wearing a mask. I had to put a mask on just to entertain people. But they didn't see me when I went home. They didn't see behind closed doors. So and same thing, like, I don't know if anybody saw it. I watched that documentary. It was on, I think it was Katy Perry when she was on tour, and I think it was Katy Perry, and she said, the mental stress from being on tour for 10 months. People see the showy side, but they don't see the living on the road, not being home. And some of these people they're like us. They have kids, they have families. They don't see them.
I mean, getting haphazard sleep, haphazard eating, having to go from X to Y in a certain time limit. I mean,
Well, look at another one of my personal favorites, and I thought he was probably, in my opinion, one of the better portrayals of the Joker, but Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger came in, couldn't sleep, was on a lot of medication, started drinking on top of it. Unfortunately, he had a lethal combination. He didn't do it on purpose, but when you don't sleep, and he's like, I'm trying to put 100% into my acting, but I'm constantly filming, constantly going. We as the general public, when we see, rock stars and movie stars and all these things, we don't see what goes on. And the thing that I will say, I absolutely hate it. The worst thing in the United States we have is the American tabloids, is the absolute worst, because they fabricate stories, they share things, they're intrusive. You don't know what's going on. And how many celebrities say, I can't even leave my house. I can't walk down the street. I can't go down the street to get a.
And I know that's stressful on them.
Yeah, you're a prisoner in your own home. Paparazzi, even who I forget, was it Jennifer Garner? Was one of the celebrities like, I can't take my children to school. I have cameramen following me all the time. My kids are not even safe when they go to school. Like,
well, I always think back to Roger Taylor.
mm-hmm.
Roger Taylor was the drummer for Queen.
Yep.
And right after they played Live Aid, he said, I'm out. I'm done. And he literally walked away, and he plays cards at his corner pub to this day. Like, he wasn't in it for the fame. He was in it for the musical angle. And once he accomplished what he wanted, so that took a lot of mental fortitude. Now, is he a rich man? Unless he blew it up his nose or something. I'm sure he's still got some money.
He got some money. I mean, they made some, but it's that's the same thing too. Musicians, the lifestyle is hard. I mean, you can get rich and famous for 10 minutes, but is it really worth it? Think about the stress and everything that comes with it. That's why I'm proud to say, people look at me funny. I always go out and I say, I'm proud to be a nobody. Well, why is that? Because we all want to have rich and famous, and maybe we'll get that doing this. I don't know. But the point is, I at least know I can go out and be free and not have to look over my shoulder every 5 minutes. Not that I worry, because I'm like, I'll handle myself if I have to, but I prefer not to. But I feel bad for children. And of course, talk about mental toughness. How many child actors do we see that have it rough? They're raised in the lifestyle of the acting, but then as they grow up, they get in a lot of trouble. The Macaulay Culkins of the world, Amanda Bynes, just top off my head.
Dana Plato.
Yep. And I don't want to say it's not their fault. They're raised in that lifestyle, so they don't understand what being normal is all about. And I forget again who it was. Somebody wrote. I was watching a documentary about it. They're like, I want to be a normal kid. I want to go to school. I want to have friends. I want to be a normal teenager. I want to, I can't have a normal life.
I remember seeing an expose, not even an expose, just a documentary on the facts of life. You guys are probably too young to watch that show.
Yep.
Mindy Cohen, who was the slightly bigger girl.
Yep.
She would be like, at that point, she was like 12, 13. She just went to public school, PS 105 or whatever it is.
Yep.
And she said at a certain point, she had to stop.
Yep.
I mean, she wanted to hang with her friends. It was just becoming way too difficult.
They couldn't do it. Yeah. So it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate, but I give a lot to the entertainers that can battle through the mental heaviness. They're
really good ones, yes, if they're strong enough, and you can tell.
And it's not even the money; it's the pressure of expectation.
Yep.
And that is what will, I mean, it's the same with a high-level athlete. It's the same with a band. You can have a number one song, and next year nobody remembers.
And the problem is for us, we are too, as the fans and the audience and the base, we're too judgmental, which puts pressure on these entertainers because we have a certain expectation of what we like, don't like. And if you know anything like us, we see it. I think the worst thing I said about tabloids, well, what's our biggest killjoy now? It's social media, right? That's the biggest way to get news out there. People are just not friendly. What's the number one rule they say in entertainment, or content, whatever, is you never read the comments because people are just absolutely horrible. They're downright nasty. They say
and it brings the full mental health element in full circle because people that are doing that.
It begins to be online bullying.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and people that are doing that are doing it to some of them as a pressure valve for their own mental health issue.
So I do want to share. This is a good story because I know he couldn't be here. I know Jace was on earlier, Big Hoss, so you guys know if you've seen the show. So this is perfect because this just happened. This was at the height of when we knew each other back in the day. Because the short story is we met each other online gaming. We did different things. In the process, made a lot of friends online. Hung out, games, all that kind of stuff. The problem was after a certain point, some of those relationships began to sour, and he unfortunately was at the target of cyberbullying, where people were just absolutely ruthless. And a lot of you guys know him. You see the personality. You know how vulnerable he can be with certain. They were just like totally ruthless coming at. And I remember him coming and saying, did you hear? And for me, I turned it off. I ignored it. I'm like, I don't even engage because I don't want to know. But I had said to him, I said, if it's that bad and you need me to come on, I'll come on and stick up for you there. And I will put a stop to it because he was just like, I just told him, you know what? People are going to say, they're going to talk smack. They're going to say stuff. Don't even engage with them. They're attention seeking. Don't even give it to them. I know you're being hurt by it. Sticks and stones. Just let it go. Don't engage with them. Turn the chats off. Turn off the game. Don't even play it. Go get out of the forums and the chat rooms, all that stuff. But I read some of the comments because I was in the same ones, and I'm like, these people are absolutely pathetically ridiculous. And these kids. Some of these are kids like barely of age. Like maybe 15, 16-year-old kids. Some of them are. But it's like over game stuff. Like again, games for people are relaxing. It's supposed to be having a good time. Why are we arguing? People want to talk politics, religion. They want to talk all these hot button subjects. Why are we talking? We're here to relax and have a good time. We're trying to escape. A lot of these games are for fantasy, trying to escape the real world. Why are we bringing the real world into it? This is not the forum. This is not the time and the place to be having these discussions. You won't. So
we've had a really good discussion here. I think what we should do now is each person gives their piece of advice or a message they're trying to say or something to help inspire somebody.
I thought Amber was running the show.
Yes, well, but I also read.
Good.
I read what she had said, and I'm trying to facilitate that. Let's just say.
I didn't get anything. Oh, you messaged. Yeah. Why are you not messaging?
I did.
So you did?
My advice is if you are ever in need of just a conversation or a listening ear, just find me and I will listen. And I can give you advice as much as possible. And if you just want to like hang out and sit there for a minute just to have somebody to keep you company, I am more than welcome to come have you here.
Yeah, everybody.
We cook all the time.
Yeah. And what would you say your mental stability is at the moment?
It's pretty fair.
That's good.
Other than the moving.
Well, that's you're dealing with your illness. You're dealing with the move. You're dealing with some tragedy that's happened in your friends' lives. You know, you got to be able to sit through. And I give you a lot of props for that. I don't know if I agree that's true.
And dealing with my own family, you know what I'm saying? Like I stated, I have a brother that it's drug induced and he's battling. He's giving my mom a run for her money right now. And when I say, you know, it hurts me to hear my mom talk about it because I've witnessed he lived with me before. So
right.
I tried to help her by not allowing him to stay, but a mom is a mom and a mom's going to do what a mom's going to do.
Yep.
So I listen to her every day, all day. So
well, but you're her emotional support too for that. So it's,
you're the sounding board.
Yep.
Yes. So I get everybody's, you know, eggs on everything. And then I go take a long bath and I wipe it all away.
My wife is the exact same way. She'll give and listen, but at a certain point you have to take care of yourself.
Yep, that's what long baths are for.
Yep.
Sometimes I almost fell asleep in this bath here. I love it.
Well, just don't drown on this. Don't did Haas have to give you CPR?
Never mind. I'll drown. Sorry. Yeah.
Danielle, what final piece of advice or message would you like to share?
If anybody wants to come into my DM and chat, always welcome for you to come on in. We'll chat about anything that you want to. I'm a very good listener, and if I do have advice, I would gladly share it. And
she's great at talking horror history, if that's your thing.
I'm great at talking horror, paranormal, everything.
There you go.
If you find Sasquatch, let me know.
We found him.
Run.
We found him. It's right there.
That's like running from Bigfoot. No.
Yep.
Right.
Well, thank you
He's
very
also
much.
Bigfoot.
It takes a lot of courage to come on and talk about the things you did.
It does, and I do, and I really appreciate you coming on tonight. It was last minute, so and I really do appreciate it. And I know it's late.
And we know you're studying for goals.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. That's why we love having you on the network.
Yeah. If y'all need me every time that when y'all do this, call me. I don't care. I'll hop on.
Well, actually, it's funny you mentioned that. We're going to do one. I'll let Amber do it, but I have one promo at the very end because we're going to talk about that's coming up. But you want to go first there, Mr. V, or should I go with everybody?
No, I can go.
Good.
What I would say is everybody has their battles. Everybody has their demons. I am not immune. I didn't really get into it tonight, but mine came on later in life. Some people start from the age of 5 or 6. Mine didn't come on until my mid 40s, but it can hit. Obviously, things led up to that had happened to me prior to that affected my current condition. So do not be afraid to get help. I was so resistant to medication. I was so resistant to therapy. I thought it would make me robotic. I wouldn't be able to think straight. Or you think you're weak, like emotionally weak or mentally weak. It's all a bunch of hogwash, all right? You need the help. You get the help. It doesn't have to all be at once.
No.
It doesn't even have to be with a therapist. I had one friend of mine say that they like going to not AA, but similar type meetings where you come in for one thing, but it ends up being a life discussion. There's community things. If you have trouble finding a friend, they're vital in this. I've met too many people that don't have anyone to talk to.
Right.
Find yourself someone you trust. Get a phone number if you need to, that I said earlier, and just do what you. I mean, sometimes in the moment, I can get manic, I can spiral. Learn to regulate your emotions, and know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. All right,
Yep.
I'm not getting preachy. I've lived the battle as well, so I know that there are really times where you're down in the dumps. But there are good times as well. So focus on that and get to where you need to get to.
Absolutely. Thank you. And last but not least, Mr. Sam Crow. Did you freeze?
I'm here. Yes, sorry, I had to multitask real quick. Gee, what can I say that I don't want to echo what's already been said. I mean, obviously, I'll echo. You guys can follow me if you find me on social media. Reach out. I'll always be happy to chat. We all are. So anybody here, we are. The platform is built. You guys know we talk about it for the network. It's uplifting, and it's something that we have fun. We have entertainment. We have a good time, but we also want to cover topics that are very important because, as you guys have heard, a lot of this is near and dear to all of us. So, along the advice of getting help, reaching out, the only other thing for me is, I think on an individual note or individualistic side of it, is all of us have to be confident in ourselves to a certain extent. It takes a lot to love yourself. A lot of us, we deal with mental problems. We don't love ourselves. It's all part of the emotional roller coaster of it all. So as you're seeking help there, understand it's okay to hurt and it's okay to be upset. There's I know I've been through it. I've talked to a lot of people that are like, I feel so guilty because I'm dealing with this and I just cry all the time and I'm upset and I feel like I shouldn't be. You're expressing your emotions. Do not be afraid to be vulnerable that way. You have to heal from that. So in order to do that, you have to let loose a little bit. It's not fun for all of us. I've done it and I'm not one to show emotion, but it's very therapeutic and healthy. And that's how you help to heal from that. So be confident in yourself to know that you have to express your feelings. It's going to be painful. It's not going to be pleasant, but just know it's on the road to recovery and it's on the road to help you feel better. Doesn't matter what other people say, what they look at it. They judge you, they're going to judge you. You're doing it for you.
Absolutely.
So be 100% confident in yourself. Get the help you need. Talk to somebody. Talk to any of us. We are here. You can find us. It's not hard to find us across the board there. Let us know. If you want to, and I know we'll be doing this again at some point at different venues over different things, but if you want to come on and share your story, please do. If we can help you have an outlet that way, we'd love to do that. But again, be 100% confident in yourself. Love yourselves. Cry, express anger in a healthy manner, and by all means, get yourself well, heal yourself. That's a great step to do that. So that is my best advice. And I'm going to throw it to the host, though, for this one and see if she can do it. Usually we have different people do sales pitch for this, but it's not really sales pitch. But to end on a lighter note, we have a very special episode coming up Friday. In fact, Friday is coming up. It's 4th of July weekend.
Yeah.
And which, if Danielle, if you're around, you're welcome to join us. But we have, where's our little sound effects here? I'll let you ready. Here we go. That's the applause. There it is. This Friday night, tune in for, what is it, Miss Amber?
Amigos, the celebration of Independence Day, Three Amigos podcast show. We will be, I believe, what are we doing on that day? I forgot.
We're gonna do. We're probably gonna do a bunch of different things. We do have a challenge. We have another guest. One of our other friends is gonna come on.
Special guests.
Yep.
And that'll be at 10 o'clock on 4th of July or 10:30.
Like 9:30, 10 o'clock. We're gonna try to start earlier if we can.
Yeah. Is it not? Excuse me. Is it not the 3rd? It's the Friday we're going to be doing it.
Correct. Yes, it is Friday.
Yeah.
It is Friday.
Oh yeah. Let me take off. I think it's on here. Hold on. Let me turn this off real quick. No, it's not. It's on there somewhere. Did we not put it on there? I thought we had one. Maybe not. It is. Yeah. It's Friday. It's the 3rd. It's this Friday night. Just because we know everybody usually is busy, so we figure we'll do it the night before, lead into kind of kick off the 4th of July weekend for a lot of you guys. We want to make sure. I mean, again,
start off the long weekend with a bang.
Yep, and you can play. Let me play. Hey, play us while we're doing it. I mean, you can take us to the party with you if you're cooking outside. Put it on. Maybe it'll be funny.
I know there is going to be a hot sauce challenge. There's going to be a food challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And foolishness and awkwardness and lots of games and
probably some fireworks
and a lot of insensitive talk and a lot of fireworks.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of great good time with it's a big theme party. So you guys are welcome.
We're talking about mental health. This is a great way to just let yourself go, let your hair down, put on some comfy clothes and enjoy yourself. Come
join us, restream it. Come in the comments. Let us know what you're doing. If you want to jump in with us, jump in.
We have a certain member who isn't here at the moment who is, after a certain point, open to suggestions, shall we say. So don't be afraid to let us know how you're doing. Maybe you have a family tradition for the 4th of July. Maybe you make a great apple pie. I don't know. Let us know what your tradition is.
See right there, like I said, even Danielle started. She already let her hair down, so she's already preparing. She's pre-preparing for the party.
My hair is down.
There she goes.
I'm gonna let mine down too. Just
yeah, you're a little bit of
careful. Careful now.
I was gonna say, would anybody notice?
Listen here, beard boy. I'm gonna get that file out, so don't tempt me. But listen, BYOF, bring your own food, bring your own fun. We want you guys to tune in. It's going to be amazing. We are going to ring in. America only turns 250 once, and I can pretty much guarantee you all of us will not be there for the next 250. So this is the party you do not want to miss. This is going to be the party of the year.
I am going to freeze myself cryogenically.
You're going to freeze yourself? All right, well, you do that. Go tell Walt Disney we said hello.
So that when science evolves, there will be the eternal Bill.
So basically, I say this in all lovingness. You just want to be a frozen turd for the next 250 years on ice?
I want to be able to walk around like Back to the Future.
So here's an idea, though. This is just my weird thinking, and this is my last thought for the night. If anybody at home thinks about this, just take this in mind. At your age now, why don't you do that when you're like younger? Then you could have enjoyed it. You could have been younger by the time you unthawed yourself.
Because I got a little bit of life behind me. I got some life experience.
Okay.
When I was 25, I didn't know my bum from my elbow.
We got that. Gotcha.
So I want to live life with an appreciation of life.
You said live, right? I know you glitched. It sounded like you said you wanted to lick life. You said live, though, right?
I mean, it depends how tasty it is.
Okay. On that happy note, again, we hope to see you guys come Friday. Again, Danielle, you're welcome to join us. Let us know if you can make it. It'll be Eastern time.
I mean, it can only be for 20 minutes. It doesn't matter. It's up to you.
Yeah, whenever you're free. Come the whole night.
So, yeah.
Sure. You're welcome to come. It's going to be a fun party. We're going to have a great time.
Bring family, partners, whoever you want to bring.
Tell everybody. Sure, we're going to spread the word. Actually, that's a good point, Bill. Your homework for tomorrow is put that poster out in the chats and let's welcome some people. Let's get a big party going. So Do you guys want to share? I'll share it with you guys. If you want to pass it around, tell people, come enjoy it. It's just one big festival. It's a lot of fun. And we let Bill, even though he's Canadian, he wants to partake. So we make exceptions for some people. It's an American holiday, but
tomorrow is July 1st, which is Canada Day.
True.
Our version of the 4th of July. So I may be able to come on Streamline and have
but it's not as good though. It's just
well, we're not as rah as the Americans are. We're confident in ourselves. We don't need to show it off.
Gotcha. That's fair enough. Well, on that note, there you guys. We're glad you could tune in tonight. This has been the Who's Up show. I'm going to put this poster up there. There it is, just in case. Obviously, a lot more great stuff coming. We have a lot of guests lined up. I know Amber's looking forward to getting some on her show here.
Are we going to give the last word to the host?
Yeah, I'm going to let her sign it off. I just want to make sure everybody's aware. Check that out. But yes, your final, since it's your show, you got to end it right, and I'm going to hit the end button. So.
And I'm looking for a catchphrase, Amber. Something that you'll end each show with.
I don't have a catchphrase.
We'll work on it.
All I can say is I do appreciate everybody. Thank you for watching the Who's Up show with Amby and Ticketmaster. Or Taskmaster. I don't know why I said Ticket.
I'm Ticketmaster. I'm going to the concerts. I'm going to the concerts. All right.
And Miss Danielle Hunter and Sam Crow. I do appreciate you. Goodbye for now. Always
good night. And what do we say? Thank you for watching, everybody.
Thank you for watching.
Good night. Until next time. Adios. Bye-bye.